Good morning, y'all. All right, I guess this is how this is gonna go down. I'm gonna walk through and take you down my path to my cottage garden. I already give you a tour of my 3 5x10 garden beds out there with some of my grocery store groceries growing. And so now I'm gonna show you my other path. Well, the path to freedom for me is what I call it. And I'll just give you a little peek at it as I'm going through to water and see what all I need to do for this morning. I'll take you along, and thanks for watching. Y'all have a blessed day. I took some cuttings from this sweet potato vine, and I took it out to the cottage garden and planted it. I'll show you where I did that. Let's just kind of go along and see what all needs to be done. I've already been out and kind of set up that's where I do my Bible study in the morning now, since we're doing all the construction. I used to do it right here in this corner, and I still like to watch the sunrise there, and it's my prayer corner as well. And that's where I have my cardinal bird feeder and stuff. But we're just gonna go along. This is the dog spot. This is their headquarters, kind of. They watch over. And I think somebody stole my first cucumber yesterday. Ada says she did not do it, but I had a good sized cucumber right here. And so I think it might have been Lullabelle, because she likes crunchy things. So this may be a problem for Miss Lullabelle. Lola. This is our aquaponics system that our neighbor down the road, during the hurricane, he lost his greenhouse. He had this in there and he really loved it, but they decided they didn't have time to do gardening this year, and just so happened that we met up on the street out there when they were walking their dog, and it was a God-given gift. Anyway, this is Goldfish. They live down here. We have about 20 down here and about 20 in here. And this is just an ecosystem. It's amazing. We feed the goldfish and they feed our plants. We've got a lot. This is the best rooting station that I've ever seen. It really pulls the roots out of everything. I'm really loving it, actually. But it works on I'll have to get Chris to explain it all to you. And then this is just a dirt bed down here that I have some strawberries growing. And I have some sweet 1 million cherry tomatoes. And all of these tomatoes going up this cattle panel trellis, they are all growing out of the clay rocks and the fish water. And I use this fish water to water my plants. I think that's why my plants are so happy, because this water is really great. And I'm loving it so far. I would love to do something bigger. I'm loving that I have this classroom. I mean, this is just a small backyard, you know. It really was just a yard 3 years ago with nothing in it at all. Just a yard, and that building that nobody went into. It was a playhouse. And I've just, we've really all just put our heart into this in the last 3 years. And it's turning into our fairy tale grocery store, really. But I'm going to take you down the path and I'm going to quit talking. Maybe. Dog. I got a lot I'm doing up here. I'm just gonna kind of take you around and show you. There's no method to my madness, but These were old pots, and I just grew wildflowers in them, just to see. And I planned on sitting them around in places, but I've kind of just been watching them grow as they grow, because I don't recognize them, so I'm learning from them, learning from the wildflower row, and I love it. It's pretty. I'm just going to take you around. I've already taken you around those beds out there. Chris just mowed the grass yesterday, so it looks a lot better. Finally, we got to mow after all the rain. We have fruit trees all around out there too that we almost had to, we thought we were going to have to get rid of, but we didn't, because we just give them a little while and they started growing again. We thought the freeze had gotten them. So I'm going to give you a tour of this area. Right around the cottage, which I call is my cocoon, my brain, whatever. It's been my healing spot, my church, my potting shed. Just whatever I need it to be, that's what that is. And it's been shelter from the storms, for sure. I'm gonna quit talking though, and I'll just take you around. Got some basil, some purple queen, which is this right here. I don't even know if all this should go together, but I just did it anyway. These are some of my potato vines that I rooted on my aquaponics bed. And then there's two pepper plants right there, a Mad Hatter and then a mystery plant. I don't know what that one is. But this is a Mad Hatter. And this is a Blue Bayou. And I'm debating on planting that at last rose, either there or in the place of this shrub bush that I want to pull up and plant on the end of the house down here. But I haven't convinced Chris yet. And then I have some Peggy Martin roses planted here, right beside some Lady Banks roses. We'll see how that goes. And then I have some purple passion that's just invading everywhere. It's going up in the Peggy Martin and Lady Banks. And it's growing over here, which I'm just going to let it grow because I love it. It grew all up underneath here last year, and so it's seeded everywhere. I have a Big Bertha bell right here. We've been already eating some. They're not, I don't know, they're not huge or anything, but they're bells, and they're good. I haven't really done a bunch on this side. I'm still working over here. I have some sage planted there. These are wildflowers from last year. And I have some sage planted there that's struggling. I still want to plant some things here. I don't know what yet. This is a wild, bushy, weedy corner that I have not done anything with. I really don't know what all that is. These things are amazing. That's a happy hour portulaca, I guess. I don't really know how to say it. But it's really good, doing good there, and so is the coleus. I really, if I could go back, I'd do all coleus through the whole thing because they are bouffant, and I love them. You can hide behind them. And these are strawberries. And more of the happy hour. I really overdid it with this bed, I think, but I like it. Anyway. Okay, let's go this way. This is the first tree we ever planted. Me and Chris call this our marriage tree because for like years, we fought over whose tree it was. We planted it from over in the corner over here. Somebody had planted it there when we moved here, and we brought it out here in the yard, planted it. But for a long time, it was like, oh, that's my tree, that's my tree, that's my tree. And finally, we both agreed that this was our tree. One day we started saying our tree, and that's really whenever we knew we were married in our heart. And so we called it our marriage tree. It's a Japanese cherry blossom tree. One day we're going to have a ceremony by this tree for everybody else. A marriage ceremony, but we're already married in our heart. And me and Chris and Jesus. we definitely want a ceremony so we can share that with everybody though. Look at this beautiful bed. I call this my mark bed from my garden friend that passed during COVID. And it's really when everybody planted sunflowers, and I have cosmos, sunflowers. These are his sunflowers though. And then there's some canna lilies in there that my cousin Bree gave me. So this is gonna be beautiful. It already is, but I really love it. And these are my beds. This is some purple kale. And I'd already had some purple asparagus planted in here, and so I just kind of threw some more asparagus. This is kind of not thought out bed, but whatever. We have some nasturtium. I thought it was going to grow up. You see what happens when you think. You just don't know till you do it. And so I will do better next time. But these are chocolate sprinkle tomatoes, and we have been harvesting so many of them, and I like them. They're kind of a bland tomato, like not a lot of flavor, not real sweet, not anything else, but they're a grape tomato. And then over here this was our first ripe tomato came off of this. This is I think these are better boys. I think the ants covered up my tag. Whatever they are, they're good. We like them. Here's some ground cherries that just reseeded, and they're really taking off. And we tried to fight them. But there was too many. And so I just let them go. This is a bell, a Brianna bell, I call it, because Brianna started it, and we really didn't know. We just knew it was a bell. She saved it from a bell pepper from the grocery store, the seed, so it's a Brianna pepper. This pepper went nuts. I don't know what happened. It's trying to come back. It was a gypsy pepper, but we'll see. I don't really know. I kind of give it some hope. But I really wish I had more to go over the trellises here, and I don't know what to do now. I mean, I know that the tomato plants are going to go, but I really wish I had more on my arch trellis. That's the whole point. And these are Chris's beds. I topped this plant off on accident, trying to weave it in here. And so we have a little short plant here. It's called Our Favorite Tomato. Bonnie's Our Favorite Tomato. The tomatoes are good. They've been small, kind of weird. This is a bell. I can't remember. Some kind of bell. Wait, let's see. A giant bell. A green bell. Just a green bell. These are sun sugar cherry tomatoes, and they are probably our favorite so far on the cherries. These are the big beef. These are Chris's. This is his bed. And we have had so many tomatoes so far out of this. And we really love our pine straw, by the way, because we have barely had any weeds in here to have to weed at all. This is a mammoth jalapeno. This tomato is really good too. I can't remember the name of it. What is it? Well, I don't know. They're good tomatoes though. I did have the marker there, but it's gone. So over here, I had a teepee that the kids had built me. When we first started, there was one corner here, one leg here, here, and here. And the storm came and blew my teepee over, and I had grapes planted on each corner. I had planned to have a grape teepee. That's muscadine grapes, and these are Concord grapes. So we're trying to figure out what else to do with them, what we can build for them to grow on. If you have any ideas, let me know. Red. here. Oh, surprise every day. Good morning, sunflowers. She's always watching me. The yellows. They've come out to play today, huh? Good morning, beautifuls. And all this back here is just kind of wild, woolly, and under construction. I don't know what to plant here yet. I've got a bunch, but I just hadn't had a bunch of time. This is a random onion that I don't know why it's still growing there, but it is. This is a rose that's, it looks like it's struggling now. But this is our grape pergola area that Chris built. We first had our grapes. This is our third year with our grapes, I think. Last year is the first year that we actually had grapes, and they were amazing. And I need to get out here and do some training, some pruning, and hang some things back up because they're kind of choking each other out a little bit. But I love this. This is a beautiful area. This is oh my goodness, look at the aphids. What? Oh my goodness, I have got to, yeah. I've got work to do out here. Wow. And then the purple passion is taking hold of it. Purple passion's everywhere around here. We have strawberry mint growing there. This is mojito mint and after 8 mint and nasturtium. More of my coleus window boxes that I love. And there's actually some ground cherries, pineapple ground cherries growing in that bed, that window box. I have to plant this hydrangea, which I want to do right here. I want to take this plant out here and plant the hydrangea right there and move this shrub as well as that one on the end of this house, kind of close to the air conditioner where there's nothing. And this is my well. The well, I say, Jesus set me down and taught me about myself. It's got wildflowers and Easter lilies and sunflowers and purple basil and what is that? Persian shield, marigolds and zinnias and whatever these beautiful little flowers are that are blooming. Red clover, nasturtium. I mean, you name it, it's in there. I love it. Can't wait to see what all else blooms in there. And then these are strawberry, cascading strawberry vines in an old light fixture. I just love this area. It's so peaceful. And there's yellow roses planted in this corner. Mini rose. And that's kind of just the garden, the cottage garden area. I'll try to do inside of from the inside out cottage garden soon. This is a magnolia we just planted. It's looking good. And that's it. One side, there's two sides to the story, and one side's not finished.
Oh, one more thing. My Guns N' Roses bed finally has its first rose. And it is a fragrant rose, I think. They do smell amazing. Love it. I'm so excited about this. I guess this guy is the resident frog around here. He just scared me to death. Okay, frog. I see you. Are you a prince? Minnie, are you hiding over there? What are you doing, man? Minnie Rose. Minnie Rose. I see you. Come here. Come here. Come around here. Are you checking out the garden? You checking it out, huh? Sure cute. Goodness. I see you.